Good afternoon, Compto. How are you today? So Raynard and myself are definitely excited to be with you today for this 2017 National Scholarship Luncheon. I want to now begin to discuss why we are here and talk a little bit about Compto. The Compto National Program. Compto supports this program supports the strategic goals to ensure the continuing legacy of minorities in transportation. Compto awards over $100,000 annually in national scholarships to minority graduates and undergraduate students pursuing careers in the transportation industry. Scholarships are funded through Compto corporate partners and the local chapters. That's you guys out there in the crowd today. This program is overseen by the National Scholars Committee, of which we are honored, Raynard and myself, to be a part of.
It is my pleasure to welcome Taiwo Jayoba from HNTB and welcome him to the podium. We are thankful for HNTB as they are sponsors of this National Scholarship Luncheon today.
Good afternoon. Well, my name is Taiwo Jayoba, and on behalf of HNTB, we're very happy to sponsor Compto. We're industry partners, and we truly believe in investment in the future. We believe in empowering our young men and women, and as a company, we've been in existence for over 100 years, and what we do is transportation infrastructure solutions, whether they be operational, technical, or even financial. I'm happy to be part of an organization that believes in people, that believes in communities, that believes in organizations, and truly believe in moving them forward. So look forward to doing this, not just now, but also in the future. Thank you.
Let's give them another hand, please. At this time, I would like to welcome our President and CEO, A. Brad Mims, to the podium. Come on, you can do better than that. Come on. Thank you, Brad.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Compto Board of Directors, I'd like to welcome you all here for this August show this afternoon. And I know that we're going to make you proud. One of the things that I wanted to do, and I had a script, I said, let's not deal with that. I just want to thank all of our sponsors and all of those entities that have sponsored our scholarship program. Many of you are here today up front because you have given us your warm and generous support for our scholarship program. So as we go forward, again, thank you, thank you, thank you. And these people are gonna make you proud of the dollars that you invested in our scholarship recipients. So look forward to a wonderful show. Thank you. And also, let me bring forward our chairman, Mr. Warren Montague.
Good afternoon, Compto. It becomes my pleasure to also thank you for being here and thank HNTB for being the sponsor of this particular event, as well as our other sponsors for the other events. For those of you who don't know, as it already was mentioned, one thing was that Compto National awards up to $100,000 a year in scholarships. But let me also mention to you that through our local chapters this year alone, we are giving out over $500,000 in scholarships. And I would tell you that we are touching over 100+ students throughout this country. Come on, that's not impressive? I'm not trying to be funny, but can you tell me what other organization that you know that's giving out over $500,000 of scholarships and touching that many students? So that deserves another round of applause. So again, I thank each and every one of you and the local chapters for your efforts, because we're touching all parts of this country. We are identifying those students who are deserving of that recognition. And I'd like to do this as I did earlier. I'd like our interns to stand up. I see they all have forks in their hands or whatever, but I never miss an opportunity to showcase our young people. Thank you. And with that, I would like to bring up the Reverend Arnold Shear of Mount Olive Church of God in Christ from Ypsilanti in Michigan, who will give us our invocation.
Let us pray. Our God and our Father, we thank you for your mercy and for your grace, for your loving kindness, for your tender mercy. We invoke your presence and your blessing upon this gathering and upon this people. We ask that you would touch us and make us whole if we are sick, and that you would make a way where there is no way. In the name of Jesus Christ we pray, and we call it blessed. In Jesus' name, amen.
Oh, it's on. Well, once again, good afternoon, Compto. My name is Greg Johnson. I am a Senior Vice President and Michigan Area Manager for WSP Incorporated. And my company, WSP, is one of the major sponsors of the 46th Annual Compto National Meeting and Training Conference, as well as yesterday's legislative luncheon. And we are also the sponsor of 3 of the scholarships that will be given out this afternoon. So we have a long-term and strong relationship with Compto. I was a former national board member, which it was my pleasure and my honor to serve this organization on the board. And we have a strong Michigan chapter and are doing some fantastic things, which we hope we put on demonstration for everybody to see during this conference. So with this being the last day of the conference, I want to thank everybody for coming. This has once again been a spectacular conference, and being in my hometown, Detroit, my home state, Michigan, this has just made it that much more special. So many of you participated in the Compto golf outing, which was a spectacular thing. And when we speak about raising money, that golf outing on Saturday raised $11,000 for scholarships for students. So now I've heard rumor that there's been a little bit of confusion about WSP. I heard somebody call us WPS, and so I'm here to tell you what the story is. So we are the coming together of Parsons Brinkerhoff and WSP, and newly rebranded as WSP USA. We carry the proud history of PB, 135 years, as well as the dynamic reach of WSP. We carry that into market sectors ranging from transportation and buildings to energy and environment. We have over 36,000 employees worldwide, and we have designed projects ranging from the original New York subway to the new One World Trade Center. So we are WSP. We are one company, one brand, and so if you don't know, now you know. So WSP. So once again, it is our pleasure to be providing 3 of this year's Compto scholarships that will be awarded. This investment represents WSP's continued commitment to the Compto mission and to the youth, to the next generation of transportation professionals. So during this luncheon, you will be introduced to some of the best and brightest students across the nation, making a ripple, soon to be a wave in our industry. So once again, please enjoy the lunch and take time to meet and interact with some of these scholarship winners. So this is going to be a great luncheon. And I encourage everybody, you know, it's coming that last day. Folks are getting a little tired. We have some great things this afternoon. And our capstone event is always the last night awards that will be given out for industry. So please, everybody enjoy themselves, stay, and we're going to have a great time the rest of the day and tonight. So thank you so much.
Good afternoon again. I have the honor of introducing our luncheon speaker today. He's a mentor, a mentee, and married to making the lives of others better. The CEO of Lion's Dream Publishing and Production Company, co-owner of Social Responsibility, advisor for a custom suit company, Snap Suits. A best-selling author, a speaker, and an active member on a number of boards. Mr. Sean Blanchard joins us to share his life experience and to enable us to live life to the fullest with a winning perspective. I'll now present to you today this fine gentleman, Sean.
Well, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Well, I must say, that was a very fine introduction. It's a pleasure to be here today. I'm excited because all of these scholarship winners, I just keep meeting all of these wonderful young people, and I keep hearing all about how Compton is giving all this money to all these young people across the country. So let's make sure we give it up for the young people today, right now. The reason that we're all working so hard is to make sure that our young people today can have prosperous tomorrows. So as I talk to you today, I'm excited because we're here in Detroit. I am from Detroit. And for everyone that's not from Detroit, we welcome you. We'll let you know this for sure. There was some time ago, maybe a few years back, I'm sure many of you either thought Detroit was the same as it once was when you heard about the down times. But today, the New York Times says that we're one of the top 10 places to visit in the world. We're number 9, but we'll take it. We'll take what we can get. I'll tell you guys this, another reason I'm really excited to be here today is because I just finished a national book tour all across the country. 42 stops from Miami to San Antonio, from Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, New York, and of course right here in Detroit. Amazing to be able to speak so much life into people from my best-selling book, which is titled, How About That for a Crack Baby? Keys to Mentorship and Success. Now I stand here before you today, the title speaks before itself. The title speaks before itself. And even when you hear such a title, when I come up, you can hear that, oh, he has this publishing company. Oh, CNN Black Enterprise. He was an Essence Man of the Month. All those things are cool, fine, and dandy. But the truth is, all of our young people need to know, not just about the victories, but they need to know about the obstacles that we all go through to get to the victory. Now, my good people in here today, family, I'm gonna need your help because as we talk today, I'm gonna talk about the fact that 100% of the human race has obstacles. 100%. And by a show of hands, how many humans do we have in this room? Woo, shout out to Team Human. That means that everybody in here has obstacles. But it's all about our perspective of how we can overcome those obstacles. And we need to make sure we can impart this type of wisdom into our young people, and not just our young people, because as adults, we need it too. So with that said, today, I need your help, and this is how we're gonna help. I'm gonna talk about a series of obstacles, and I need you guys to say after me, obstacles. Every time I say obstacles, we'll try it out just like this. Obstacles. 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 We can do better than that. Obstacles. Obstacles. There we go. So ladies and gentlemen, here we go. I will tell you this, when I was born a crack baby. Whoa, whoa, what? You know, I see we observed the obstacle, but you gotta wait for me first, all right? So it's gonna go just like this. Obstacle? Obstacle. Okay, wait for it, okay? So somebody said, shoot, that's an obstacle. But again, ladies and gentlemen, when I was born as a crack baby, which means that my mother was doing drugs while I was in the womb. To make it a bit more interesting, my father, such a smart guy, he caught my mom while she was actually doing drugs. So what he did, he got so upset that he chased her. And when he chased her, he caught her and kicked her down a flight of stairs. And as a result, not only was I born with drugs in my system, but my left eye was completely shut. Well, obstacles? It's coming. She said, that's an obstacle. Okay. But I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, time continues to go. They say that drug stays in the child's system for about 7 years. And all the way until I was about 7 years old, I had an issue. You see, some people, when they have drugs in their system, they may be missing a limb, they may have some type of cognitive imbalance. But for me, I had an issue with my bladder. So that meant that every day for the first 7 years of my life, when I would wake up, this whole region right here, wet. It was not Hawaiian punch, it was piss. You can laugh now, it's a joke now. At the time, I did not find it funny. But nevertheless, ladies and gentlemen, I had some cousins, and my cousins, they had an interesting way of dealing with that. They had all kind of names for me. So they would say things like, Master P, piss pot, obstacles. Time keeps going. You see, I got in the 3rd grade, and it was interesting because I changed schools. I changed schools, and I remember my teacher, her name was Miss Freeman. Miss Freeman said to me, first day of school, she said, Sean, read. I said, no problem, Miss Freeman. Got my reading book out, and I said, is land. Is land. What am I trying to say? I'm glad you got it. I didn't. But nevertheless, she said, that's okay, Sean. We're gonna put you in a special class. So she put me in special ed with the kids with helmets throwing popcorn. But yet again, I say, obstacles? Obstacles. Time keeps going. You see, ladies and gentlemen, I got 11 years old and I learned 2 things. One from my brother, one from my mother. Now from my brother, I love this brother right here, my brother Mike. You see, at the age of 11 years old, my brother Mike taught me how to sell crack. It was interesting, you know, I would see him riding up and down the street on his bike. He didn't even have a seat on it, but he rolled up and down the street and he had these little baggies. I thought they were Skittles. And I saw people exchanging money. I said, man, why are they paying you money for these Skittles? He said, yeah, this not a Skittle, man. This is crack. I said, oh. I said, well, how much the crack Skittle cost? He said, $20. I said, man, that's a whole lot for a Skittle. I was hooked at that time, not on the crack. I was hooked on selling it. But at 11 years old, he taught me how to sell crack. Obstacles? Obstacles. You see, I learned something at 11. I learned something from my brother and something from my mother. Now, my mother, see, I love her. She's quick. My mom is quick. She's what you call a professional shoplifter. What that means, she actually steals clothes, for those of us that did not know. But I'm talking, she's like David Coppermama. Now you see it, now you don't. It's looking like it. Where are my drawers at? I just had them. She's good. But at 11 years old, you see, my mom, she would take me with her on her excursions all across the country. And when I would go, I was the driver. So I drove all across the country, seat up close, I'm driving. And I would go into the stores with my mom and I would be the decoy. So I would knock over a mannequin, dance like Michael Jackson, whatever I had to do to get the attention away from my mom. Yet and still, I learned some interesting things at 11 years old, so I'll say, obstacles? Obstacles. Time keeps going. You see, I got 12 years old. When I was 12, the woman, the rock in my life, the one that raised me, I loved so much, my grandmother, she died. I tell you, from that day forward, it was October 5th, I had no more rules, and I was 12. With that I say, obstacles? Obstacles. Time keeps going. You see, I got 14 years old, ladies and gentlemen, and this is where things got really interesting. When I got 14 years old, I received 3 phone calls. How many phone calls? 3. The first one went just like this. Hello? He gone. You see, it was my brother Mike, the same one that showed me how to cut crack. He got killed in a drug transaction. See, he was killed in the midst of a transaction with the same poison that he was pushing. I love my brother Mike so much. He's one of my first mentors. And you see, Mike, he was a twin, but his twin was already dead. Obstacles? Obstacles. How many phone calls did I get? 3. How many do we have left? 2. Hello? He gone. It was my father. So you see, I love my father, but he just drank too much. I would see him maybe once a year, and it wasn't even Christmas. But that's my man, 100 grand. You're looking at him right now because you're looking at me. I'm the spitting image of him. I don't see my mama anywhere when I look at me. I'm like, man, what part of your body did I come out of? Nevertheless, he passed away, and he passed away right before I could show him 2 weeks later, 2 weeks after my brother, right before I could show him and my brother my 4.0 on my report card. But I'll say it again, obstacles? Obstacles. Now, young people, no matter what's going on, we're gonna have obstacles. All people, we know no matter what's going on, we're gonna have obstacles. But I got, how many phone calls did I get? 3. How many do we have left? 1. 3 months later. Hello? He what? Not quite, but he got shot 9 times. Now you see, this is my oldest brother. You see, there's a statistic that says that every 28 hours, another black man suffers from police brutality. I guess this was the 28th hour because he was shot 9 times by the police in his legs. They thought he was gonna hemorrhage to death, bleed out. But ironically, when the doctors opened his leg, his artery stood up and danced, and they put them right back together. So with that, My brother today walks like the best of them. Clap it up for that. God is good. But I tell you what, he's walking around a federal penitentiary where he's serving a lifetime sentence with 11 children. I don't know about you, but I'm gonna say it again. Obstacles? Obstacles. It's a lot of obstacles going on. And I tell you, at this point in life, I'm about 15 years old, and it's been a lot going on. Mom, I don't know where she at. Dad, gone. Brother Mike, gone. His twin, gone. My oldest brother, gone to prison. My grandma, gone. But they left me a gift in the form of a younger brother. At the time I was 15, he's 5 years younger than me, so he's how old? 10. He was 10. So at 15 years old, I didn't have my biological father around. I wasn't fathered, but I had to become a father for my younger brother. And I did whatever I thought I had to do at that time. So I began to walk down a path of multiple streams of income. Something that a lot of entrepreneurs talk a lot about today. But as you can see, I started this path when I was in high school. Multiple streams of income, so let's count them out. So I sold dope, weed, bank scam, jewelry scam, find another scam, scam that scam, then scam the scam. There we go. Multiple streams of income, multiple scams. I did all that, ladies and gentlemen, all the way up until I was 19 years old. And at 19 years old, I made it to TV for the first time. The first time, made it to TV at 19. And they wanted me to do a photo shoot. So I stood there, and they said, Sean, pose. I said, no problem. They said, profile for us, Sean. No problem. I got another flash here. But never, let's do that again. I'm ready. Go ahead. It's cool this time. It's cool this time, right? It's all good. Let me make sure I get that one. I'm gonna talk to you afterwards. I'm gonna get that one. But nevertheless, as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, those were 100% of obstacles that humans go through. I think I had just a lot of them. It was pretty crazy. So much going on in life, and I'm 19 years old. But before I came up here, the introduction, we talked about being a best-selling author. We didn't mention being on the CNNs and the Black Enterprises and all the magazines and the publishing companies and all these different companies and things of that nature and the multiple degrees. We didn't talk about the bachelor's degree in mathematics and economics from the University of Michigan, the master's degree, the secondary math education, going to Wayne State Law School. We didn't talk about those things. But that's because although 100% of human beings will have obstacles, 100% of us will have opportunities. Now, what I want everybody to grasp is that no matter where you come from, no matter what your gifts are, there's something very specific that is for you in this lifetime. And with that said, before we talked about obstacles, but now I need to talk about perspective. Because in everything, my people that are going into this journey of life, our young people are going to go out into the world, they're going to get this scholarship, some mentorship, but life is going to hit them. And when these obstacles come, they're going to need to see the opportunity in it. And the way that we do that is by perspective. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rewind what I just told you right now, and I'm going to tell you this story with the right perspective. So let's go. That was a fine introduction. That was good. That was good. Clap it up. That was a good introduction. Good introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, every time I say obstacle, I need you to say perspective. Let's try it out. Obstacle? Perspective. You see, ladies and gentlemen, when I was born a crack baby. And my daddy, he actually caught my mom and kicked her down a flight of stairs. So as a result, when I was born, my left eye was completely, man. So you see what happened is my parents couldn't decide who was gonna keep me, so they gave me to my grandparents. Thank God for grandparents. That means that I had a man and a woman, an acting mother and an acting father in the household. So with that said, obstacles? Perspective. Perspective is everything. So let's keep going. You see, they say that drugs stay in your system for about 7 years. And all the way till I got about 7 years old, I would wake up every day and this whole region right here is what? Wet. Cousins making fun of me. Master P. Ridiculous. You see, one day my cousins made fun of me so bad that I got pissed off. You got it. Bro got it. Frank got it. Yeah, you got it. So I got so pissed off, I had on my Superman drawers, and what I did, it was wet. So I had on my Superman drawers, and what I did, I went downstairs and I did what any rational 7-year-old would do. I went to my grandmother and I told. I marched downstairs and I said, Grandma, they teasing me. Grandma said, that's all right, baby. She said, because you are smart and handsome. I said, thank you, Grandma. And Grandma said, now go and clean your little piss self up. I said, all right, I'm gonna clean up the piss. Gotta love my grandma. Obstacles? Understand at that point, I knew something very crucial and critical about myself. My grandmother told me I was smart, and I tell you that every single report card, I put some A's on it for my baby. But time keeps going, ladies and gentlemen. I got 11 years old, and I learned 2 things. One from my brother and one from my mother. Right. Now, the interesting thing about what I learned from my brother, he had those baggies, those Skittles. I don't know if I told you how much they cost, but they were $20. Well, what's interesting is today, my book is actually on sale for $20. Yeah. And I'll tell you another thing, Cash Me Outside, how about that? And you can get one too, all right? We still doing 2 for $30. Ain't nothing changed. Ain't nothing changed, all right? But I tell you guys, that I learned something from my brother and something from my mother. Now my mother, she was a professional shoplifter. And what I saw in my brother and what I saw in my mother is that if you take a step back, they were entrepreneurs. They had employees, payroll. It's like network marketing, right? It's all type of hierarchy. Yeah. Say, oh, you got a COO. Okay. Gotcha. But nevertheless, when I saw that with my mother, I was fascinated with clothing. So today, I'm a co-owner of a custom suit company. I'm not sure if you can see it, but my name is right there. Shout out to my mom. Obstacles? Perspective. In any and everything we do, perspective is there. My grandmother, when I was 12 years old, she passed away. But I'll tell you, at that point, she gave me everything I needed to know that I was an intelligent man, and that's the first and most important thing about me was I was intelligent and loved by God. Yeah. But with that right there, yet again, I say, obstacles? Now, this one is a doozy. So we think about this one, you say, okay, you got 3 phone calls. What's the perspective in that? But you have to understand this. I love my brothers. I love my dad. But the thing was, when they left, I had to step up to be a man to a younger brother without bad examples. The bad examples were out of the way, and I had to make it up as I went along. So this is the beautiful thing in it. When I gave my little brother rules, I had to give myself rules. And if I gave him rules, I had to abide by them. So I gave him 3. I said, brother, these are your rules. Number 1, go to school. Number 2, get money. I'll handle that. You have a seat. I got the Skittles. Number 3, get girls. I was 15. Give me a break. So, all right, it's the best I had, man. Okay? Shoot. And I tell you, he did pretty good. He got 2 out of the 3, but he missed one of them. Which one did he miss? Oh, he was fine with girls. That wasn't a problem. He was fine with that part. That's no problem right there. School. We had to struggle through, but we got him through it. And we made sure that he graduated from high school and made it happen. So let's clap it up for that. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I have to tell you about this crucial, critical moment for the young people that are in this room and for everybody to understand. We have to have perspective, but we shouldn't do things alone, ever. We should never do things alone. We never have to, and we never should. Never reinvent the wheel. We don't have to learn from our own mistakes. We can learn from theirs. So at this point, 15 years old, this is when I met her. She was the most beautiful woman I had ever met in my life to that date. I gotta be honest with you, I gotta be honest. Her name was Miss Champion. She's my high school counselor. Most beautiful thing ever. I thought I had a chance, but I didn't. Hey, personal best. But nevertheless, I remember this day like yesterday when she saw me in the hallway. She saw me in the hallway and she said, Sean? I said, yes, Miss Champion. She said, come to my office. I said, yes, ma'am. When I got to her office, she said, Sean, there's 2 things about you. I said, what's that, Miss Champion? She said, you know what, Sean? You are smart and handsome. Now, y'all already know I was geek. I was so excited, man. Miss Champion just called me handsome. But I'll tell you what, you already know what's more important than her saying that I was handsome. Who does she remind me of? Grandma. And it was at that point that I needed to hear those words because she went to this school where she was always talking about, go blue, go blue. I'm like, I don't know nobody in college, man. But whatever she talking about, go whatever color she say, do that. Go over there. Go what she said, yes. What other colors you say? Yeah. Yeah. She had pink and green hanging up in her room and all of that. And she was something called an AKA. I said, is that also known as? I said, we are also, them also. Go also, pink, green, blue, go. Whatever she said. So I did whatever she told me to do. Whatever she told me to do, I was gonna do it for my baby. Yeah, so essentially, she told me, she said, Sean, I want you to take the ACT. I said, where A at? Wherever A at, I'm going to get them. College entrance exam. And so I went and got A, and I tore A up. So much so that I went blue too. Go blue. It's the #1 public university in America today. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. But again, I'll say this, obstacles, you gotta have perspective in everything you do. Leverage the mentors. That's something that we all need to make sure that we can leverage. There's gurus that have done everything before us. There's a great man by the name of Isaac Newton who said, if you stand on the shoulders of giants, you can see further. And that's exactly what mentorship does for us. And I like to say that a lot of times people hear that word, that term, mentorship, and they think that this is for young people. I have mentors today. And I heard somebody help me out. They said everybody do. That's right. Or at least we all should. But I want to make sure that you know this. Having perspective is crucial, is critical, and it's very important. You have to have it. That is how we can persevere through anything. There's a book that talks about how no weapon formed against us shall prosper, but it doesn't say that the weapon will not form. Some book says it, I don't know. But I'll tell you this. One other thing I have to tell you before I leave here, I want to make sure that I can give you something very solid about how do you have this perspective? What is something we can hold on to? This is for everybody, especially our scholars in this room. As you embark upon college, as you embark upon matriculating through these different schools and things of that nature, something that I will tell you guys to do is to make sure that you respect the number one asset that you cannot get more of. You only have the present moment and what comes in the future, and that asset is called time. Now, I'll tell you this. Time is so crucial and important that I want you to hold on to this percentage, this number, this correlation, and make sure you know this for the rest of your life. I will tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that 15 minutes of your day is 1% of your day. 15 minutes. 15 minutes is 1% of your day. 15 minutes is what percent of the day? 15 minutes is what percent? All right. So now know this. All the people that are the greats, all the greats in the world, they all have the same thing that you have, no matter where you come from. They got this thing called 24 hours. We all got them. 24 hours, and we break those down into percents. That 1% is 15 minutes. So I want to make sure that I can share this one. There's a person that I admire by the name of Warren Buffett, one of the richest billionaires of our time. Very generous man, too. Now, Warren Buffett is worth over $75 billion. I don't know about you, but to me, that's a lot of money. 75 billion. Now, with this $75 billion, he actually would have had over 100 million, but he gave like 25 billion away just to charities. Just gave 3.5 away the other day. He's a generous man. But nevertheless, time. So what does time have to do with Warren Buffett? Warren Buffett reads 6 hours a day. Ooh, shoot. 6 hours a day he reads. That's a lot of reading. 6 hours is 25% of your day. Warren not playing with nobody. Bother Warren when he reading. You may not bother nobody else again, right? Because I tell you, when Warren come around, I be reading. But when he gone, I be putting that book down again. 6 hours a lot. Love to read, got books too, but that's a lot. But shout out to Warren. Respect your time as Warren respects his. But I'll tell you this, as we talk about time, I don't want you to do exactly what Warren does. I'm not gonna say go out there and start reading 6 hours of your day, but I'm gonna say respect your time and your percentages. So I wanna bring you to another person, another rich man. He's worth about 400 million, and next month he'll probably get another 400. He's a part of the money team, head of the money team, Floyd Mayweather. You don't have to like Floyd. I'm not here to advocate for Floyd, whether you like him or not. I don't really care. But I tell you this, there's something special about the fact that that man is worth over 400 million and probably get another 400 million next month when it comes to time. Interestingly enough, Floyd Mayweather, a lot of people will tell you this: wake up, 3 a.m., work hard, till you be successful. Get up, stop sleeping, don't sleep, just work, be successful. I don't believe in that. And I like to sleep. I'm going to do so. I think we're very productive when we do it. But I tell you, Floyd Mayweather, he doesn't wake up at 3 a.m. he goes to sleep at 6 a.m. when he's training for a fight. 6 a.m. Why the heck will Floyd go to sleep at 6 a.m.? Well, you see, if he goes to sleep at 6 a.m., wakes up at 2 p.m., by the time fight time come around at 11 p.m., it's the middle of his day. Fight time comes, somebody else may be yawning in the corner. Floyd like, what's up, where we at? Where we at, we ready? Yeah, no Starbucks needed, I'm good, I'm right here. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure that you understand that we have to respect our time. And what we also must do, what I came to make sure that you guys know, leverage mentorship, but the number one thing, every obstacle is nothing but an opportunity. So again, I'll say this, obstacles, that's exactly what we'll have. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Come on, Compton, give it up to him, please. Outstanding, outstanding. Obstacles? Obstacles? Fantastic.
Yes, that definitely was amazing to hear. Thank you very much, Sean, for sharing your story. We will now like to take this time to introduce the National Scholarship Committee members. They have spent so much time in making sure that they continue allowing us to be here and, I'm sorry, lost my voice all of a sudden. Allowing us, each member has participated in our monthly meetings, and have firmly committed in continuing and educating and developing these students and allowing them to eventually become professionals just like you are here today in the transportation industry. So when I please say your name, may you please stand and wait for a round of applause because we do appreciate all of your time that you have committed with us. Thank you. Tracy Beslew, Raynard Hughes, Martha Alonji, Kimberly Avery, myself, Colleen Bembry, Rodrigo Bravo, Charles Cave, Celeste Chavez, Beverly Cole, Roma Mackenzie Campbell, Helen McSwain, Melissa Rose Scott, Paralise Shivers, Roosevelt Stripling, Deborah Underwood, and Carla Williams. Thank you very much. So we will now begin the awarding part of the program. To all awardees, when accepting your award, please come to the right of the stage, which is my left. Once you have received your award, please join Brad and Warren to my right for a picture, okay? So, there you go.
The 2017 Julie Cunningham Legacy Scholarship is presented to a graduate student currently enrolled in an accredited college or university, PhD candidate, former intern, and enrolled in the field of transportation or related studies, with interest in the leadership in transportation, among other qualifications. This year, we present this award to Ms. Pearlie Shivers.
The applause got short. Can we do that again? Sean, I'm learning from Sean. Wow, this is an awesome opportunity. After being a member of COMTO for 30 years, yeah, I think we can clap a couple seconds longer. No, thank you committee, to our chair, to our president and CEO, the board of directors of COMTO. Thank you for this opportunity to continue the education that I'm doing at the Texas Southern University in the doctoral program that focuses on leadership. a little quote I want to leave you all with that ties in with what Sean is saying. And this is what Mr. Christian D. Lawson tells us. Believe in yourself and all that you are. Know that there is something in you that is greater than any obstacle. And that's by Christian D. Lawson. I want you all to hear that, because sometimes we have to be reminded that even though we get discouraged, with scholarships like the Julie Cunningham Scholarship that's provided for those of us who are trying to prepare for leadership, we have to be encouraged to give up. Don't give up, just hang in there. And it encourages us to continue. So thank you to many CEOs, Thomas Lambert from Houston Metropolitan Transit Authority, Shirley DeLibero, Bob Prince, all these people, Beverly Scott. These people were mentors for me. And I can name others like Helen Dale and many others in this room that have helped me. Warren Montague, Raynard Hughes have helped me. So thank you for this honor, and thank you that I'm able to receive the scholarship on behalf of this prestigious award. Thank you. I'm not joking. In my program.
Sure, we know Pearlie can talk all night. It's Winston. Waiting on you. Presenters, when your time comes, would you please just make your way to the podium, please? This way we won't be looking for you. Thank you. Sorry about that.
Good afternoon. I'm Winston Simmons, and I'm here to represent, it's my honor to represent LTK for the Scholarship Awards. And I think we've all talked about making investments and innovation and imagination, and we want to lead in that effort to invest in young people, invest in our society. So with further ado, we've got a couple awards here, and the LTK Sponsorship Award is to an undergraduate student entering their junior or senior year, or a graduate student pursuing a degree in engineering or another technical transportation discipline. And this year's awardee, who I met earlier today, is Chanel Mack. We can do that now or after the photo.
Thank you. Hello, everyone. First, I just want to say that I have enjoyed every single second of the conference this year. I would also like to thank LTK Engineering for contributing to my engineering career. I would also like to thank Ms. Devon Jackson, the Compto Philadelphia chapter, and Compto National for not only getting me involved with Compto, but also for helping me develop a passion for maintaining that Compto legacy. And I would last but not least like to thank my grandmother for raising me. Because I wouldn't be here without her. So thank you all again.
We have another scholarship here, and this is for transportation planning, and this year's awardee, who's not here, is Andrew Nagur, who cannot be here today, so I'm going to accept the award on his behalf. Thank you.
The Compto Woman Who Moves a Nation Scholarship is given to a graduate or undergraduate woman who is passionate about solving problems and the advancement of women in management and transportation-related organizations. This year's awardee is Cynthia Glass. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank COMTO for awarding me this scholarship. It certainly will be used to continue my research. Currently, my dissertation topic is the impact of disruptions to the transportation industry with a focus on airline and airport issues. So I look forward to utilizing this award in my research. And I also want to thank COMTO for bringing me to this conference because I've met some wonderful aviation officials, and I will certainly be in touch with you. Thank you again.
Oh, this way.
Okay.
The Robert H. Prince Scholarship is awarded to a senior leader in the transit industry who currently reports directly to the general manager or CEO. The recipient should have a career goal to become a transit general manager or CEO in a rural, small urban, or urban transit agency. This year's awardee is Emil Williams.
Good afternoon, COMTO family. So, I really appreciate this award given to me by the scholarship committee and the entire COMTO family. This really means a lot to me. It's been an inspiration for me to become a CEO. I think there might be an opportunity for that to happen. And I really appreciate the ENA Foundation for providing this scholarship on behalf of Robert Prince. Thank you.
All right, good afternoon, COMTO. Sharon Jean-Baptiste with CH2M. The CH2M Industry Partner Scholarship is awarded to a graduating high school student or undergraduate with studies in the field of transportation. And this year's awardee is Elisiar Rodriguez. Unfortunately, she's not here today. I apologize, is not here today. And so we accept this award on his behalf. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Robert Hatchett, Senior Vice President, MV Transportation. The MV Transit Scholarship for high school is presented to a graduating high school senior accepted at an accredited college, university, vocational, or technical institution in the fall of 2017. This year's awardee is Brittany Holder. Congratulations.
Good afternoon. I would like to begin by thanking God as a recipient of this scholarship, also to MV Transit and COMTO for sponsoring scholars like myself to empowering our dreams. Also, my mother, Yvette Janair Holder, immediate past president of Compton, New York, and my siblings also for not giving up. MV Transit, being awarded this scholarship has truly motivated me and proven to me that hard work does pay off, especially through the hard, rough years. I will be going to SUNY Brockport up in New York. I'll be majoring in kinesiology with the opportunity for a doctorate, and I'll be known as Dr. Brittany Holder.
She knows what she wants to do.
Excellent. The MV Transit Undergraduate Scholarship is presented to a student enrolled in the field of transportation, engineering, planning, or other technical transportation-related disciplines. This year's awardee is Jamari Taylor. Jamari couldn't be here with us, but his mother, Tara Taylor, will accept in his honor.
Good afternoon. I was real excited to get up here and say this speech that my son sent me. He wrote a speech for you guys until the gentleman got up and spoke. They was sitting at the table with me. Now I'm shy. He was phenomenal. Okay, so I'm going to start saying what Jamari wrote for you guys. I'm very sorry that I couldn't make it today, but I'm 100% sure that you guys will enjoy my mother's beautiful face instead. First off, I would like to thank MV Transit for declaring me the winner of this national scholarship. Am I too loud? It sounds like I'm yelling. I want to thank my mother for accepting this award on my behalf today. I also want to congratulate Kimberly Avery and Com2 Michigan on a wonderful job they're doing on this year's national conference in my hometown. My voice seems like it's squeaking. Congratulations to this year's city intern class and the other national scholars. Special shout out to my mentors, Russell Hughes and Deontay Thompson. Moving forward, I plan to continue making Com2 proud and becoming an integral part in the future of transportation. God bless you all. Jamari Taylor. Hey, I'm overwhelmed with emotion, so I feel like my voice is squeaking like I want to cry, but I'm a very proud mother. And I want to say that for all the efforts and sacrifice I did raising my son since he was 2 and his sister was 8 as a single parent, it paid off. I feel like I put something in and I got something out.
Good afternoon, everyone. I love you guys. I am Tanya Adams, Vice President of WSP USA, and a proud board member of COMTO, and a proud member of the Chicago chapter. I am here to present 3 scholarships. The first scholarship is our engineering scholarship. It is awarded to an undergraduate student, the gentleman right behind me, the fine gentleman, Carla, right behind me, who has expressed interest and a desire to work in the transportation field, more than expressed, because he's going to school for it. And I would like to present this to Garrison Ushery. Garrison?
Well, good afternoon, my COMTO family. My name is Garrison Ushery, and I'm a rambling wreck from Georgia Tech. Anybody? Okay. I joined this great organization in 2014 as a COMTO city intern, while I worked with the good people down in Atlanta with FTA Region 4. And, all right. Yes, ma'am. And this summer, I was really concerned with how I was going to, finance this upcoming fall semester. And I spoke with my parents. You know how parents are. Everything's going to be okay, baby. We're just going to work it out, But I received an email from Compton National, saying that I've been awarded a very generous scholarship from WSP USA. Yes, ma'am. And then also, I received another email saying that they actually raised my scholarship by $1,000. So it's been a great blessing. Thank you so much, WSP US Engineering. Thank you so much. And to Compton National and the Scholarship Committee, thank you all so much for believing in me, bringing me here. I've only been here for a day and a half, and I've enjoyed this conference a lot. I learned a lot. And thank you to Compto for believing in the youth, us millennials, and developing us. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
So my second scholarship winner is Mr. Jalen Williams, and he cannot be here today, but I would like to introduce you to my sister here, who's our Assistant Vice President, Martha Alonji. She is on the Scholarship Committee, and she is our Director of EEO for WSP USA. We're going to keep plugging that. And so Jalen couldn't be here, but he has written something that Martha is going to read for us.
Okay. So Jalen says, I knew I wanted to be a civil engineer when I was 12 years old, when my mom worked for the City of Peoria Public Works Department. During Public Works Appreciation Week, I visited the office and I learned about civil engineering. I chose civil engineering because I want to be able to create, improve, and protect the environment in which we live by overseeing construction and maintenance of building structures and infrastructure, such as roads, railways, and bridges. I thank COMTO, WSP, USA, and the National Committee for this scholarship. Thank you.
And my last scholarship goes to, we created this scholarship probably about 3 or 4 years ago after Tracy Bessalou won Women Who Move the Nation Award. At the time, our president came up with a scholarship that was going to recognize women in leadership. And that scholarship is being awarded to Miss Erin Shoemate, but Erin could not be here in attendance, so either I get to keep the money or I'll send it to her, but I accept this on her behalf. So thank you, guys.
Hi, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Jasmine Narcisse, and I'll be presenting the Jacobs Engineering Scholarship. So we are proud to be a leader in transportation, and it's very imperative to us that we continue to be a leader with smart transportation and staying at the cutting edge of that, which means education is imperative to us. So we're happy to provide $5,000 to the Compton National Scholarship Fund to provide 2 scholarships. And so the first scholarship that I'll be presenting today is $2,500 to Jason Luke. Jason is a sophomore at Berkeley City College. And we've been in contact with Jason. He could not be here today, but he's really excited and thankful for this opportunity. And one thing that he wrote in his essay for this for the scholarship was, my foremost life goal is to continually work towards becoming the best version of myself. So we're really happy to be able to support him in that and help fund his education. And then the second scholarship is to Tammy Tepe Adeniji. She's currently working in transportation in Baltimore, and so this scholarship will help her to fund her master's in business. And I personally know Tammy. She was a Compton City intern in Philadelphia 2 years ago, so I had an opportunity to get to know her over a couple months, so I'm very confident this money is going to be an investment in a very bright future. So, thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you. I'm Deborah Underwood from North Carolina A&T State University, and at this time, I Aggie Pride, that's right. At this time, I would like to award the North Carolina A&T State University Scholarship to an A&T student in the field of transportation. Our awardee this year is Brandon Rogers, and Brandon could not be here with us today. Brandon is a transportation and supply chain major, and he is interning with John Deere in Moline, Illinois. So I will accept the award for Brandon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, family. Helen McSwain with Atkins Global, and it is a pleasure to present 2 scholarships on behalf of Atkins North America. Our first scholarship, the Atkins America Achievement Scholarship, is awarded to an undergraduate student enrolled in the field of transportation, engineering, planning, who's demonstrated leadership skills and commitment to community service. We are really pleased that our scholarship recipient this year, Charlie Gutierrez, who wasn't able to make it today, but Charlie is he went through high school with a straight A GPA. He had all A's. And we were just so delighted to see his resume. He sent us a very wonderful thank you letter. We wish he could have been here, but I'm going to accept on behalf of him and make sure that we get it to him. Thank you. Thank you. And our second scholarship for today is the Atkins America Leadership Scholarship, awarded to an undergraduate student enrolled in the field of transportation engineering planning, who's demonstrated leadership and active commitment to community service. Particularly pleased to announce this award today, Desiree Akins, who's a sophomore engineering student at the University of Massachusetts. She couldn't be with us today, but we do have someone accepting on behalf of her. Would you please come up, Roma? Thank you so much.
I'm going to be very brief. I thank you very much for Desiree, for the scholarship for Desiree, because she...
Breathe. Take a breathe.
She really needed it. So she's been a member of COMTO now for 4 years, and she's been very active. This year she wasn't because she was in school, but thank you very much.
I am Mark Walker, the marketing manager for First Transit, and I'm also a member of COMTO Cincinnati, wherever you are. All right, the First Transit Scholarship is given to an undergraduate, junior, or senior, or a graduate student enrolled in the field of transportation, engineering, planning, or other technical transportation-related disciplines. This year's awardee is Jacqueline Garcia. Jacqueline cannot be here today, so I will accept this award on her behalf.
Good afternoon. My name is Stan Smith, and I'm the Business Development Director for Infrastructure Engineering, one of the larger African-American engineering firms in the city of Chicago. I'm here to present the scholarship to Ms. Hodge, who can't be here today, but on behalf of Ms. Hodge, Jasmine, and the COMTO organization, we both want to make sure that she gets the scholarship. All right, thank you.
Good afternoon. My name is Taiwo Jayoba, Regional Business Development Leader with HNTB. This award is for applicants who have intention to study transportation or a transportation-related discipline. An applicant must demonstrate some leadership skills and qualities. Colin Joseph James is a recipient. He's not able to make it here today, and so I'll be accepting this on his behalf. But let me say something quickly about this young man. Reading his resume as a dad who has 3 daughters in the university, I was blown away by a senior, an African-American young man who has such a passion. It shows forth in his essay. And so this is why we're here, and this is why I'm honored to really accept this on his behalf. Thank you.
The next award is the North Texas Exceptional High School Student Scholarship. This year awardee is Amani Dunker, who could not be here today, so I will accept this award on his behalf. You got that? The next one is the North Texas Exceptional Undergraduate Graduate Student Scholarship, and this year's awardee is Jamel Kohler, who again could not be here today, so I will accept it on his behalf. The next one is the New York Exceptional Undergraduate and Graduate Student Scholarship, and this year's award is Tatum Phillips, who could not be here today, so I will accept it on his behalf. Her behalf. The Carmen E. Turnership Scholarship is awarded to an undergraduate or graduate student enrolled at an accredited college, university, vocational, technical institution. The recipient must be a COMTO member in good standing for at least 1 year. This year's awardee is Christian Collier, who could not be here today, so I will accept it on his behalf. You want the Rosa one? Okay. The Rosa L. Park Scholarship is awarded to a graduating high school student or a currently enrolled college student studying in a transportation discipline. The recipient or their parent must be a COMTO member in good standing. This year's awardee is Tiana Boswell, who could not be here today, so I will accept it on her behalf.
Let's give all of them another round of applause, please. The Thomas G. Newsom Founders Scholarship is awarded to an undergraduate student or a graduate student enrolled in a minimum of 6 credits at an accredited college, university, vocational technical institution. This year's awardee is Deja Jackson, who could not be here today, so I'm accepting her award. I would like to invite Mr. Emil Williams to the podium, please.
Skip one. Trailblazer.
And while he's coming, the Trailblazers Scholarship Award to an undergrad student or graduate student enrolled in a minimum of 6 credits at an accredited college, university, technical institution. This year's awardee is Stephanie Coles, who could not be here as well, and we will accept it and make sure she gets that award. I bring you Mr. Emil.
Good afternoon again, COMTO family. Today I have a special presentation to make. And earlier this year we lost a very, very special friend and a dear family member of COMTO, Jesse Broussard. And here with me, we're going to make a special presentation, scholarship award presentation on behalf of Jesse. And anyone who knows COMTO and who's been around COMTO, Jesse's been a fixture in COMTO for every conference. To my left is Michael Broussard, Jesse's son. And I'd like to recognize some of Jesse's family members in the audience today. His cousin Wilfred, Jesse's nephew. Can you stand, be recognized? His wife Angela. And your daughter Alex. Jesse was a big part of USSC and Compto family. He lived the Compto mission for many years. He didn't believe that life was a race. To Jesse, it was just a slow, deliberate march, ever forward. Jesse would always stop to shake a hand, give a hug, and let me tell you, Jesse gave a lot of hugs. And he had a unique way of communicating with people. You know, being around Jesse, you just felt at home, at peace, and he just had a way of embracing you. For me, I lost a good friend and a mentor, but he left me and all of us in a good place. Jesse started with, the USSC group started the Jesse Broussard Scholarship Fund to keep his memory alive, and we fully support that here at Compto. Years from now, people should recognize all that Jesse did to pave the road for this industry and its future generations. To that end, the scholarship is awarded to a student who demonstrates a deep understanding of the history associated with civil rights movement, and people like Jesse who brought life to legislation. Just to put all that in perspective, Jesse was the first African-American bus driver at Houston Metro. And I don't have to tell you all the struggles, ups and downs that he went through, but I can tell you that 32 years later, he retired as a director of transportation at Houston Metro. So you get a sense of who he was and what he was able to accomplish. But he didn't stop there. He went back to work for USSC as a consultant for the seating company. And how old was your dad when he passed away? 80. And if you see Jesse at a conference, you thought maybe he was 26. But I tell you, we will miss him. But he's truly a legend to us, and we will certainly keep his legacy alive. And this year's recipient is Lakia Walton. Lakia is not here today, but will accept the award on her behalf. Thank you.
Well, we're waiting on the president and CEO. Let's give him a hand again. He's looking at his paperwork, looking at mine too. Let's give all the scholarship recipients a hand. Give yourselves a hand and thank you very much.
First of all, again, thank you for all of you coming out today. Let's give our moderators a hand before we go. Before we wrap up, I want to ask all current and former recipients to please stand. So if you received an award today, please stand. Former and current former recipients and former donors to please stand. I just want to see everybody who's contributed to this effort all along. Again, this is a village that it takes to make all of this go. And I thank you, Compto thanks you, and we look forward to this event next year in Baltimore. And thank you, have a great afternoon, and we'll move to the next phase of our programs. Thank you.